Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine and I have another super simple recipe for you. We are going to whip together a batch of 3-ingredient coconut macaroons. If you're a coconut fan, you are going to love this recipe, so I just thought I'd show you what I put in mine. Come on with. Okay, it really is super simple. I have measured out 4 cups of coconut, sweetened condensed milk, and this is optional, vanilla is optional, but I always like a little bit extra vanilla flavor. And that is it, but I'll tell you the trick. So let's get this mixed together. I'm putting the dry ingredients in first. And this is the really fine coconut. So you can use the thicker. This is like specifically the desiccated, like I said, really, really fine. And it makes such great macaroons. Got a couple little chunks in there, but I emptied out my whole jar. So that's kind of exciting. I can redo them. There's some kind of little fuzz in here, maybe from the paper. All right, anyways, so the next ingredient is sweetened condensed milk. And you know what? I'm gonna make a little hole in the middle. Okay, and I'm just gonna pour that right in. And you can use a little bit more coconut if you want. I like the consistency. It's definitely packed tight the way that I make these ones specifically, but they're so good. You also can add chocolate chips at the end, like after they're done baking. So right now I have my oven preheating to 350, and I just finished a batch of these, so I'm gonna whip some of these up. We have grandkids coming, and who doesn't like a little bit of coconut and vanilla, and I'm gonna put a few chocolate chips on the top. So I'm gonna set that aside. Then, you know what, let me wash my hands quick. Okay, so I'm going to add my own homemade vanilla. And that is just a personal preference. So this literally could just be 2 ingredients, but I'm gonna make it a 3-ingredient recipe today. And of course you can always add a little touch of salt and etc. And then the trick is you kind of just fold it together until every last little crumb of coconut is covered. So the other trick is I am going to let this sit for 10 minutes and soak in all of that sweetened condensed milk. So I will see you in 10 minutes. It's officially been 10 minutes, and what we did is we just have it sitting in the sweetened condensed milk, just kind of really soaking it in. I grabbed my cookie scooper, and I'm just gonna give it one quick flip just to make sure everything is really combined, and it looks good to go. And the other thing I did grab, this is how I like to do it. Some people just like the macaroons in a little ball. I like to flatten it out, so I just grabbed some of my homemade oat flour, and you'll see after I get them all scooped out. So let's get to scooping. So this is roughly a tablespoon-ish, and I'm just gonna take it, squish it up against the side of the bowl so it's really packed in there, and put it on my parchment paper lined cookie sheet. And let's get to putting them on the sheet. So I'm putting them about 1 inch apart. They don't spread or anything, but I am gonna tap them down. So I'm gonna get to this, and I'll show you at the end once I got the tray filled up. Okay, I have the first sheet done. I'm just gonna set this aside for a second. And what I'm gonna do with my little teaspoon, I'm just gonna tamp it down to make them flat. More cookie shape, they store a little bit better. And I'm just using the oat flour so that it doesn't really stick to the back of the spoon. And then I like them a little bit flat too, because like I said, I do like to add chocolate chips, and then once they melt a little bit, I just smear them on the top. But this is such an easy recipe. Again, you have to love coconut, because literally that's all it is coconut. So if you're not a big coconut fan, you might not care for this, but that's okay. Sticking a little bit, but that's fine. Pop that back on. That one. Just a few more left. Okay, so now these are ready for the oven. I've got my oven preheated to 350, so I'm gonna get these in. And I'm just gonna set the timer for roughly 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna check them at that time and see how it's going, if I need to rotate them at all, but I'm gonna set it for 15 minutes. Okay, my timer just went off for the 15 minutes. Let's take a look. They're looking pretty good. I'm just gonna let them go a little bit longer. I'm gonna switch it around and go like another 5 minutes or so. I like them a little bit extra brown, so I'm gonna go 5 more minutes. Okay, so I let them go about 4.5 minutes. I think they're pretty much done. They're looking so good, perfectly toasted like I like. And then I had one more quick little batch, just a small one, just to finish up that. I'm just gonna pop that in quick and set my timer. All right, so now I'm gonna let these cool for a little bit, and then I'm gonna pop on some chocolate chips. So they've been cooling for a couple of minutes. I'm just gonna take a little 1/4 teaspoon and just set some chips on top. And this is where flattening them out comes into play also. So I'm just gonna get these loaded up, and then as they melt, I'm just gonna take a spatula and kind of smear them. And then they'll be chocolate covered. It's been a couple of minutes. It's been a few minutes here, so you can kind of see that they kind of are melting. And I'm just gonna pat them down, and then that way they have a little smidge of chocolate in the middle. Nothing real extravagant. Stuff that I had in my pantry, just some chocolate chips. And then if you see that little bit of white there, that's just that oat flour. So these are still gluten-free and everything. Look how pretty these look. Okay, and then I did leave a few plain, just so you can really see what they look like. And I'm gonna let these finish cooling, and then we'll do the test taste. Okay friends, now for the taste testing. I did snitch a little bite, but they are set up really nice. Bottom is perfectly brown. Inside, let you kind of see that. They are just wonderful. So if you are a coconut fan like I am, if you are a nut for coconut, you will love this recipe. It's a huge hit. I have a get together, what's the time? In roughly about an hour. I'm gonna let these finish setting up for my friends, and I'm hoping that everybody will like them as much as we do. And I'm gonna take a quick bite. Like I said, a little crunch to them, but they're still moist inside. So, thanks for stopping by my little channel. I hope you love this super simple recipe. You can zhuzh it up a little bit by adding the vanilla like I did, a little bit of salt if you like it a little bit saltier, and then you can leave them plain. I left some of them plain. The chocolate chips on the top was kind of a little hack. Just let them melt a little bit, and then you can smear it on. So let me know down in the comments what you thought of this recipe or what you added. I would love to hear all about it. And like I said, thanks for stopping by, and I will see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care, and God bless. And I'm just gonna finish this little baby cookie. Is going to be coconut macaroons. If you are a coconut fan, hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. Oh, this is, collar's driving me crazy. Come on now, stay. Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine, and I have, this isn't really going great today. I don't think it's too dark. I love cookies like this, and what else?